Jenny, cruises are like relationships. They're not always perfect, but most of the time they're pretty good, right?
Right.
So today we want to tell you about our relationship with the MSC Seaside. There were some things we didn't like and some things we really liked. We're going to break it down right after this. Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lido, Loca. Welcome to the Lido, Loca YouTube channel. This is where all the magic happens, Jenny.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about relationships today.
Really? Is this a special edition of Lido, Loca, the relationship? No, we're not. If you are new here and you like cruise news, cruise tips, cruise ships, and what else?
Relationships with the ship.
Cruise vlogs, consider subscribing to the Lido, Loca YouTube channel with the notification bell on. If you have the bell on, you won't miss any of our cruise-related content.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Now on to the relationship talk. Let's start with the bad before the good. Now, hey, our friend Don Terris was on this cruise with us. We had a great time cruising with Don. He also made his list of things that he hated and things that he loved, and it was really good. I saw the video yesterday. Go check it out. And if you don't know Don, you should make sure you subscribe to his channel. Jenny, do you have anything on the list of things you did not like, or did you love it all?
I have some dislikes. Absolutely.
Of course you do. Hit me.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first thing is the bathroom. Well, let's do this. It's the cabin is on a dislike, but it's also on my likes.
Oh, you're playing both sides of the fence, huh?
Yes.
What did you dislike about the cabin?
The bathroom.
The bathroom.
The toilet and the shower size and storage.
Both of those were too small, right?
Yeah, so the toilet was a little difficult. You had to maneuver yourself like to the side because there was a little cabinet underneath the sink, and the shower was a little box. And storage, they had the closet way too close to the bed. And then by the desk, there was no drawers, just to put little odds and end things.
I would not disagree with anything that you just said. There was not a lot of extra storage for you knickknacks, and we didn't have enough storage for our clothes. So we had to pile clothes on top of clothes. I considered at one point keeping half of our clothes in the suitcase under the bed just so it was more manageable. So yeah, it was frustrating more than once that week dealing with the storage issues.
Yeah, I'd agree.
What else is on your do not like list?
Food choices.
Food choices.
So again, food choices, well, food is on both sides. It's a like and a dislike. The food, I felt like there was not enough choices or change each day.
At the buffet or at the main dining room?
At the buffet, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to disagree on this one. I thought there was enough. People have complained that there's not enough choices. I ate at the buffet several times for lunch, and very rarely did I have the same plate of food. There was plenty of choices. I don't know how many choices you need to be happy, but I found plenty to eat at the buffet. So I'm going to disagree, but to each their own. That's the way relationships go.
We agree to disagree.
Talk to the hand. Buffet.
Whatever.
All
right. My next dislike was the casino. So
you love the casino.
Of course I love the casino, so of course I'm an expert.
You are a casino expert. Especially in how to give the casino money and not
exactly.
This.
Yeah. No, I think that the casino staff, I think they were understaffed. So when you did go to cash out, it did take a little bit. And when you wanted a drink, it took a little bit. They didn't have many people walking around on the floor to offer you a drink. So you would have to stop playing, go up to the bar, and wait about a half hour for a drink. And then also, I didn't like that they didn't have a craps table.
Yeah, I dislike the casino primarily for the fact that the one game that I really like to play was not available. It's the first cruise ship that we've been on that did not have a craps table. And I will agree, I cashed out once, I waited in line, and I did go to the bar twice in the casino to get a drink. And I tell you what, it was a little challenging because there were a lot of people at the bar and not that many bartenders. So, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Where's the craps table? Come on, I'm stuck playing roulette. It wasn't fun. I won, though. All right, Jenny, is there anything else on your dislike list?
No.
That was it?
Yeah, I mean, there was little things here and there, but not anything that would make a list.
The only thing that really rises up to me, the layout was challenging in the beginning. I think that maybe I thought about that because of just coming off the Oasis of the Seas, a very open ship layout. The Seaside not as open as the Oasis, but I don't think it could be. So I warmed up to it as the week went on. The elevators were a challenge. It was very hard to get an elevator. We were on deck 15, and often we would have to go down to like deck 8, and it was a long wait for the elevators. Primarily the mid-ship elevators. I think I had some better luck when I went to the aft and took those elevators. But the elevators were a challenge. And then a big one that I struggled with was the disembarkation process.
Oh, yes.
It was chaotic, to say the least. We did self-assist where we took our own luggage off. We went to the designated area, and once we got to the designated area, there was not much direction where to go. And what happened is you had all these people going to the designated area to get off the cruise ship from a lot of different directions, and there was no clear line. And so there was some tension in the line as everybody kind of converged to the same point. Everybody was trying to do the calculations. Was I in line longer than you? Are you trying to cut line? Where did you come from? Are you just some Johnny come lately jumping in the line? You didn't do your time. I'm getting off the ship before. It was crazy. And we were fairly passive and accommodating. That was the only time on the cruise I had to be aggressive, or I was not getting off the cruise ship because there was no organization. We really could have used some help, at least from the staff, to help us get off the ship, from a direction perspective, not to help us carry anything off, but just there was just a lot of people that ended up kind of mad trying to get off the cruise ship.
I agree.
And it was a little bit of a challenge. And then the other thing is, in that terminal there, if you are carrying more than 2 bags, you're not allowed to use the escalator. There were a lot of people that was the case for, and they just had one small elevator taking people down the level to get out. And so we had almost as long a wait trying to get on the elevator just to go down one level of stairs as we did trying to get off the cruise ship.
Yeah. How long do you think it took us from beginning to end?
Overall, not too bad. We left our cabin at 7 a.m. and we were on our way in a shuttle to our car at 8 a.m. So only about an hour. But again, sometimes those externals make things feel more stressful, and having to jockey and try to find position and make sure everybody wasn't mad, trying to figure out where people came from, it was a little stressful.
I totally agree that disembarkation needs some work.
Needs some work. All right, now on to the things we liked about the cruise. I'll kick it off. I really enjoyed the entertainment. Now, I'd watched some videos, I'd read some reviews, and the reputation that the Seaside had gotten in the beginning is that it was heavily opera, and it was boring. It wasn't really focused for the non-opera crowd. I think they've done some adjustments because I was super excited that every night the show, not only did it have good music, but it also had some interesting things like circus arts. There were acrobatics and contortionists and people doing aerial stuff. Pole dancers. There was a lot of cool stuff on that entertainment lineup, and the shows got better each night. I think they planned it that way with the big Michael Jackson tribute show as the finale, and it was super good. On the cruise ship, they didn't have a stand-up comedian, but they had an improv comedy troupe that interacted with the crowd, basically doing crowd work every night to get their material. And I laughed really hard.
They were hilarious.
I liked it. I do like a good stand-up comedian, but I thought this was a nice change and something that you don't see everywhere else. And so we watched. The cool thing is I went 3 times to see the same 4 people do improv, and it was a different show every time. And it was fresh and new, and I kind of liked it. And they had music in the atrium. No big band. That was another complaint that I heard, but on the last night I went to the pirate party and there was a full band there playing guitarist, and it was probably 5 or 6 people making music. And so at least on the last night there was a band at the Haven Bar. That was the first time I went in there, and so maybe they did have a band. I just didn't see it other than the last night, but I was really happy overall with the entertainment on the cruise ship.
And the silent disco
I didn't get to participate in, but I'd heard about this, and basically you put on headphones and everybody dances to the music in their headphones while everything around them is silent.
Yeah, I got to enjoy that with my family. It was pretty funny.
It's pretty neat, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jenny, what else did you like on the cruise ship?
Yeah, so entertainment was on my list as well. But on my list, I did say that food would be on my list. And the food quality in the buffet, and I just thought was phenomenal. I thought the food was really great tasting. And, like I said, sometimes you just want a different choice. And I didn't feel like you had a lot of choice. But what you had to choose from was excellent.
I'm going to agree. I'll jump in on the food. I think the quality of the buffet food was one of the best quality buffet food-wise that I've had on any of my cruises. The MDR, I would put it in line. I wouldn't put it ahead of other cruise lines, and I wouldn't really put it behind. They had a nice variety, different food each night, and it was prepared well. I've said it before, MDR food is still mass-produced food. It's not the same quality as getting something cooked to order, and so it can only be so good. And again, I would put it on par with Carnival and Royal and Princess as good food options. And then the specialty dining was really nice. We got to try 4 of the specialty restaurants. And I know that you had the one bad dish at the Pan Asian place, but other than that, I thought that food, really good selections and really good food quality.
Absolutely, I agree. What was the seafood restaurant called?
It's called the Ocean K restaurant.
Yeah, that was probably my best meal of the whole cruise.
Yeah, and I think it's going to take us into a conversation about something else we liked, the decor. The decor in that Ocean K restaurant was so well themed. It looked really cool, and it really was an example of what Seaside did well. All of the areas were themed, I think, appropriate for what they were, and I really liked the decor.
Yeah, that is actually on my list of likes as well. The ship decor was great. I loved the fact that when you went into a certain section, like when you went into the casino, they would have an art piece representing where you were going. The champagne bar had a beautiful champagne bottle and glasses of art. So you kind of knew where you were, and the decor was just breathtaking at points.
Yeah, they used a lot of mirrors, they used a lot of chrome, but then they also used a lot of very specific themed decor. And we mentioned it in a video that we've already put out called the Fluffy Cruiser Report on the MSC Seaside. All of the furniture was really comfortable, even for people of size. I'll leave a link above and in the description below to that video if you want to check it out, if that's information you need to use. So not only was the ship pretty, but for us it was super functional. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree that the furniture was beautiful, and yeah.
Now on my likes, I don't know if it's specific to the Seaside, but I loved the balcony of our cruise room.
Yes.
I know that it's the first time we've ever had an ocean-facing balcony. Again, I don't think it's specific to the Seaside, but maybe it is. I'll have to compare it when I go on another one. It was very roomy. Again, the furniture was very accommodating. We fit in it very well, and there was plenty of room for both of us to sit out there, prop our feet up on the little footstool, and enjoy the balcony. I really enjoyed the balcony on the MSC Seaside.
I enjoyed it as well. It was beautiful to go out there and get some fresh air without having to put your clothes on and run downstairs and, that kind of stuff.
That's right, folks. Jenny would go out on the balcony naked. It wasn't a problem until we ported in St. Martin, and then it was like a show.
That's not true. I would never do that.
Or would she?
Or would I?
All right. What else is on your like list? I just added something else to my like list, but we can't talk about it. All right. What else is on your like list?
So, drum rolls, please. You know how I love our coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say that the coffee in the buffet, not just the specialty coffee, but the coffee that is given to you just free, in the buffet, MDR, was wonderful. It was perfect. It was great coffee. And I did enjoy the fact, too, that you actually had a full-size coffee mug to put your coffee in. And maybe that's what blew it away from me as well. Sometimes you go on the cruise ships and you get this small little cup that maybe holds 6 ounces or 8 ounces, but this definitely took it home.
I didn't drink a lot of coffee. I'm really glad that you said that. I didn't know that you were going to say that. But for me, every time that you would go and get that full-size ceramic mug of brewed coffee at the buffet, it looks super satisfying. We've been on other cruise lines where you just have like a little plastic coffee mug, and this thing was branded with MSC. I don't know why we didn't buy one of those coffee mugs, but it was yeah, I think that was a great way to present the coffee, and I think that probably enhanced the coffee experience. And of course, I watched you drink the coffee and know that the coffee was good. I got coffee from the Vinci chocolate bar and coffee bar. It wasn't bad. Again, I struggle for good iced coffee on a cruise ship. The best iced coffee I ever had on a cruise ship was on the Oasis of the Seas, because they have a Starbucks on board and they make it just the way I like it at home. So I tried some iced coffee there. Again, it was an additional charge. It was about $5 for not a very big coffee, and I couldn't justify it going forward because we had this easy drink package. And so I did try coffee once, but I didn't have the same coffee love you did, but I was jealous watching you drink that coffee out of those mugs.
Yeah, so MSC, I'm the same way. The specialty coffee wasn't that great, and it was expensive.
Yeah.
We can go down, I have to, Oasis would have to be number 1, Princess is number 2, MSC coffee is probably 3, and Carnival needs to step up that free coffee.
There's your coffee rankings for free coffee. Mm-hmm. It's there you go.
Yeah.
Jenny, anything else on your like list for the MSC Seaside?
I think just the overall experience was fantastic. You talked about the ship. You talked about the food. We talked about the room. And, of course, I had to talk about that coffee. So I think the overall experience was fantastic, and I'd do it again.
Yeah, I think so. The only thing that I would add, and I didn't use all these things, but I noticed that they were popular and they looked really nice. They had a nice basketball area. They had zip lining. They had water slides. I did use some of the amusement area, did some of the bowling, did the 5D theater. I watched our friend Don race in the F1 simulator. And all those things I thought were really neat add-ons that I hadn't seen previously. And I'd seen ziplining and basketball before, but I thought that some of those extra amenities that really appealed to people that wanted to do something active on the cruise ship were really cool. And yeah, at the end of the day, if I have to decide whether I would cruise MSC Seaside again, I absolutely would. We got a really good price for that. They're super competitive, trying to bring in North American cruisers, and I thought we got good value for the money. And I think the pluses way outweigh the negatives, and it was really nice.
I would have to agree with the price point, and being able to have a balcony and a limited drink package was, it's very competitive.
Yeah, and I saved a lot of money because there was no craps table.
You did.
I need a craps table. What do you think? The question for the comments, would you cruise on MSC Seaside? Were there some things that you saw in the vlogs, not only our vlogs, but Don's vlogs, that would put you on the MSC Seaside? Are you still staying away? Love to hear your opinion in the comments below. I'm going to link all the videos that we did, the playlist for our MSC. Make sure that you check that out if you want a better idea of what's going on the MSC Seaside. A big thanks to MSC Seaside. They hooked us up with some dining and some internet, and it really helped us try it out. So thank you to MSC. And thanks everybody for watching. Consider subscribing to the channel. Follow our social media. This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lido, Loca. And until the next time,
we'll see you on the Lido.
We're going to work on a relationship now. We'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye.